Welcome back, everybody, to Fiesta Friday. We are going to talk about farm loans now. It's a very, very important topic here on the island, something that many of you probably don't know a whole lot about, but hopefully our good friends Denise Mendiola-Hertzlet and Fred Nicholas, I should say, are going to educate us about that. So welcome.
Okay. Well, just to briefly talk about the youth loan program, it's one of the many agriculture credit programs that we do have here at USDA Farm Service Agency. We're wanting to spotlight the youth loan program because we feel like it's a underutilized program here in the island. To kind of go over it in general is that when we think of the youth loan program for the Farm Service Agency, most people would perceive that you would have to produce the products. Well, we tried to expand on it and to expose it to most youth out there. We're looking at youth between 10 to 20. Has to be sponsored within a project at organizations such as 4-H, UOG. They can look at many different types of operations. And let me look over here, my sheet over here. Some of the examples that we kind of brainstorm up with is that you can probably purchase green papayas from local farmers over here. We can pickle them, jar it, and sell it on consignment with neighborhood mom and pop stores. We can also purchase ripe mangoes because we're getting into mango season from local farmers. Get a dehydrator, sealing machine, labeling materials, and possibly a booth space in Chilwell Night Market. And those are a couple of things that can be financed with the youth loan, for instance.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know, probably speaking from a business standpoint, either of you can jump in, to answer this question, but when we talk about, encouraging purchasing local goods from local farmers and, trying to build the Guam agricultural market, the two criteria that always come up are, okay, there's the quality level, but then there's also the volume level. I mean, we can grow things that taste really, really good and work well with, the various dishes we have here, but can there be enough sustainable volume week to week where we can actually supply all of the restaurants and hotels and everything like that? How do you guys address that?
Well, that's a good question, Jason. Thank you very much. And to answer that question, depending on the project and the advisor, whether it be, let's say if they're older of age 18, 19, 20 with SBDC, or younger age with 4-H. We have technical advisors, resources that, it's as simple as UOG did develop a calendar with the list of commodities that can be grown here in Guam. And depending on the commodity, there's different seasons in which the commodity is in high production, low production, or pretty much no production. So depending on the project that you might or might not be interested in, we can refer to that and use that as a basis for understanding the availability of the produce.
And most Wise Island farmers, they grow more than one type of crop because they said when one is on a down season, or like as you said, a non-season, they've got another one that's doing just as well to keep them going.
Yeah, that's correct. Majority of producers over here in Guam, fruit and vegetables, have multi-crops over there. You can do cucumber, eggplant, cherry tomato, watermelon. So what it does, it makes the operation more diverse and lower risk rather than putting your eggs in a basket in one product, for instance.
Absolutely. Now, Denise, a lot of people maybe out here, when they think of farmers, as completely self-sustainable. And, sustainability is always a big topic out here in the community. But they think of farmers as, they grow their own crops, they harvest their own crops, and a lot of the times they sell it themselves, which means they also self-finance. With this grant program and everything like that, you're actually telling them that there's a solid financial model that can come in to help them, even grow their business even more.
Well, they definitely have, and I'm speaking for USDA FSA, they have really good loan programs to help the farmers to have access to cash. But speaking on the youth loan programs, the idea is for them to just get a small amount of cash so they can just get started. And they can use things like products that are already out in the marketplace, or leftover products. As an example, it's mango season that's coming up. And the biggest problem that we always see here on island is there's so much mango. What do they do with it when the season ends? So a lot of times what we encourage is that they do things like dehydrate or freeze the mangoes, and so they can still use the mango when it's out of season. And so now you've got a product that can last for a full year. But the problem is having access to that cash so that you can create a value-added product out of that raw ingredient, which is mango, that's now frozen.
Right.
So that's where these programs come in and assist. And then we come in as the SBDC to help them with that plan, because all of it has to start with a plan before they can actually get access to any working capital funds or funds to get equipment or supplies.
All right, now real quick, because we got to go to commercial break, but I wanted to know, we so often talk about produce as being like the number one thing when we talk about agriculture. How about for people that deal in, farmers dealing with like livestock or things like that?
Oh, anything under the agricultural sun, the things that we can finance as long as the operation is within a controlled controlled environment. So that kind of takes up open water fisheries, but you can do tilapia ponds, nursery plants, livestock. We do have youth loans because I also cover the CNMI also, that we have 4-H members there doing pigs, and all they do is pretty much buy it at Piglet, grow it, and they sell it to the hotels, such as in Tinian. All
right. Well, what's the number where they can reach you at? Because certainly a very worthwhile number to call.
You can contact me at 300-8553, or you can also contact Doreen Avell, who's a program technician at the USDA Farm Service Agency, at 300-8552.
All right. Well, friend Denise, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time. All right. Stay tuned. We are back right after this.